Think about how you prepare for a VIP, I guess, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe you buy the fancy coffee or you splurge on those high thread count sheets.
Right. Or you just furiously scrub your baseboards.
Exactly. I mean, modern hospitality is usually so focused on impressing someone. But today in our deep dive, we're unpacking a totally different kind of preparation. It's a blueprint for creating a literal sanctuary.
Yeah. And it all traces back to this really powerful legacy started by one specific, actually unnamed woman in the ancient world, the Shunammite woman.
Okay, let's unpack this because her story completely shifts how we think about, making space for the divine. It starts with her recognizing the prophet Elisha, right?
Right. She doesn't just see some tired guy walking by. She recognizes him as a holy man of God.
Like someone carrying a massive spiritual burden.
Exactly. And that's what we mean by spiritual discernment. She saw the heavy weight of his calling. So she didn't throw a massive banquet to show him off to the town or anything.
Yeah, it wasn't about social performance.
No, not at all. Instead, she took quiet, purposeful action. She literally built an addition to her house. Yeah. Just this small private room on the roof.
And it was super basic, right? Just a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp.
Yeah, purely for his rest.
I love that. It's less like a luxury hotel suite and more like, I don't know, a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah, right.
Like she designed this specialized environment entirely just to relieve the pressure of the outside world.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. So someone who's constantly pouring themselves out could just recover.
Right.
But what's fascinating here is that this quiet, boundaried space eventually became the epicenter for something massive.
Oh, yeah. This is where the story gets really wild.
Right. So years later, this woman has a son. And tragically, the boy suddenly dies.
Yeah.
But in that moment of crisis, she doesn't panic in the streets. She carries her son up to that specific roof room and lays him on the prophet's bed.
Wait, hold on. Is the idea here that because she built the room, she, earned a miracle?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like some sort of spiritual transaction, build a nice guest room, get a resurrection.
No, it's not a transaction. It's a catalyst. The underlying principle in these sources is that preparation always precedes visitation.
Preparation precedes visitation. Wow.
Yeah, by dedicating a space specifically for divine rest, she established a sanctuary of faith. So when Elisha arrives, he goes into that very room, shuts the door, and the boy is brought back to life.
That is incredible. So the environment she prepared for rest became the exact mechanism for restoration.
Exactly.
So the physical room was never really just a bedroom, it was a launch pad. But, if preparation precedes visitation, how does this ancient architectural blueprint translate across time? Because, we aren't all building rooftop additions today.
Well, we actually see the exact same DNA carried forward by others later in history. Take Lydia in the New Testament.
Oh, right, the successful businesswoman.
Yeah, she sold luxury purple cloth. And when she encountered the Apostle Paul, she immediately opened her home to him and his team. She didn't just offer him a couch to crash on.
Right. Her home became like the strategic base camp for the early church in Europe.
Exactly.
So it evolves from a literal roof room to basically utilizing whatever influence or space you have to shelter the people doing the heavy lifting.
That's the core of it, yeah. And that's exactly what makes this relevant right now. Because when modern hosts or intercessors or leaders intentionally carve out spaces for exhausted ministers.
Whether it's funding a retreat or just creating a quiet environment.
Right, an environment totally free from demands.
Mm-hmm.
When they do that, they are doing the exact same thing as the Shunammite woman. They are turning everyday rooms into what we call revival chambers.
Revival chambers. Man, I love that phrase.
It's powerful, isn't it?
It really is. It's this profound act of generosity that essentially says, whatever you're doing, you can do it here.
Yes, you are actively protecting the people who usually protect everyone else. It elevates hospitality from just, a social chore into a real prophetic purpose.
Because you aren't just making a bed. You are partnering with the work they do.
Exactly. It completely redefines what it means to truly make room.
We've traced a pretty incredible line here in this deep dive, really. From a quiet, ancient rooftop in Shunem to Lydia's strategic home, right down to how we treat the burnt-out leaders in our own communities today.
It's a living legacy.
It really is. So think back to that innate urge to impress a VIP guest we talked about at the beginning. If intentional preparation truly builds a container for something greater, What kind of sanctuary, whether that's a physical space or maybe just a boundary in your own schedule, might you need to prepare in your own life to invite that kind of renewal?